The existence of Santa Claus has been a subject of debate for centuries, with many believing he is a fictional character created for holiday traditions and stories. However, there are some intriguing pieces of evidence and historical accounts that suggest Santa Claus may have been a real person, or at least inspired by real individuals. Here's a long, true story about Santa Claus with evidence to support his existence. The origins of Santa Claus. The story of Santa Claus can be traced back to a 4th century Christian bishop named Saint Nicholas. Saint Nicholas was born in Patara, a city in what is now modern-day Turkey, around 270 AD. He was known for his acts of generosity and kindness, particularly towards children and the less fortunate. Acts of kindness. One of the most famous stories about Saint Nicholas involves him secretly helping a poor man who couldn't afford dowries for his 3 daughters. In those days, a dowry was necessary for a woman to get married, and without it, the daughters faced a life of hardship. Saint Nicholas, hearing of their plight, visited the family's house under the cover of night and dropped bags of gold coins through the chimney, which landed in stockings hung by the fireplace to dry. This act of kindness allowed the daughters to marry, and it's said to be the origin of the tradition of hanging stockings by the fireplace for gifts. Historical records. There are historical records that mention Saint Nicholas and his reputation for performing miracles and acts of charity. His feast day, December 6th, was celebrated in various European countries, and he became known as Sinterklaas in Dutch traditions, which eventually evolved into the modern name Santa Claus. The evolution of Santa Claus. Over the centuries, the story of Saint Nicholas evolved and blended with other traditions, particularly in America. The image of Santa Claus as we know him today was popularized in the 19th century by the famous poem A Visit from Saint Nicholas, also known as The Night Before Christmas, written by Clement Clarke Moore. This poem introduced the idea of Santa Claus flying in a sleigh pulled by reindeer and coming down chimneys to deliver gifts. Archeological discoveries. In recent years, archaeologists have made intriguing discoveries that add to the evidence of Santa Claus's existence. In 2017, an ancient tomb was unearthed beneath the St. Nicholas Church in the Turkish town of Demre, believed to be the original burial site of St. Nicholas. This discovery provided physical evidence of his historical presence and veneration. Conclusion. While the existence of Santa Claus as a magical, gift-giving figure who travels the world in a single night is undoubtedly a matter of belief and folklore, the historical figure of St. Nicholas, upon whom the legend is based, is supported by historical records and archaeological findings. The story of Santa Claus has evolved and been embellished over the centuries, but at its core, it may be a tribute to the real-life acts of generosity and kindness performed by St. Nicholas, making Santa Claus a symbol of the spirit of giving and goodwill that continues to inspire people around the world during the holiday season.